So when you're buying a new home, the most important thing to consider is, first and foremost, price. But after that, it probably comes down to location, location, location. We've got Chris Schilling here from Turbo Realty. Chris, thanks for coming in.
You bet. Good morning.
People need to think about, you might not think about it, but when you're looking for a place to live, how far is it from work? How far is it from school? That's the first one, right? You've got 6 things you're going to tell us.
You bet. The first thing is that you have to determine what your price range is, so go get pre-qualified. We all talk about location, 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 but it's really not location, location, location is the first thing. It starts with price, because if it was just location, we'd all live in River Oaks, but we all can't afford to live in River Oaks. So we have to determine how much we can afford and then find the best location based on what our price is.
I was going to say, but location determines the price as well, right?
Absolutely. And so we start with price, and then it goes to location, and then you look at these other factors like schools. That's a huge point, whether you have kids or not.
Yeah.
Because it will affect resale value. So if you're looking for a really good school, those exemplary schools, that is part of your decision.
Where can you find out? Where can you tell people to go to find out about the school districts that are in that area, and any kind of fees, property taxes, that kind of stuff before you buy?
You bet. One of the best places to go is HER.com has a school finder. So if you go to HER.com and then just type in school finder, it'll show you based on zip code where you can do a sort for elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, and you can look for those exemplary schools and look for what things are in the feeder pattern. But you really need to go to the school district once you find out from the HER site, because the boundaries do change, and you want to make sure that you're buying the right house. The other thing that you can do as far as like property taxes, the appraisal districts will have a lot of that information, but you can talk to a realtor to make sure of what all the fees are that are associated with it, because we have these mud taxes, we have levy taxes in Sugar Land, and you want to know what all those costs are when you're going to buy a house.
I think a lot of new home buyers don't realize the maintenance fees that goes in. So not only do you have your mortgage, you've got your insurance, but there's also the upkeep of your home. Is there any way to determine what's going to need fixed, and how do you tackle that?
Well, the best way that you're going to do that is from getting a home inspection. Mm-hmm. But what's to say that even if you own a home and you've owned it for 4 or 5 years, to call a licensed inspector in, to have him come in and establish what things are wrong with the house. You'd be surprised at, we had a house the other day that the lady had been living in the house for 15 years, and she had an electrical box that the guy said, I can't believe that the house didn't burn down. But she didn't knowingly just leave her house to be like that, so wouldn't have known had she not gotten it inspected.
I thought this was interesting as we were talking before. You recommend that people actually attend an HOA meeting, even if they haven't bought the home yet.
Yeah, you bet, because at the HOA meetings, you're going to have people complain and voice their opinions about things that are going on with the HOA. And so it's a great way for you to determine what's going on in the community, what things are happening. Like in the community I live in, there was a big hubbub about whether or not they did or did not want a charter school to come in. Mm-hmm. We think it's a fabulous idea, and so the charter school, I think, is going to increase values for the neighborhood that I live in. But it's a great way for you to communicate with other folks that are in the neighborhood now and what problems that they're having and what solutions they've got.
Investigate your neighbors. What kind of people are you going to be living around? Very good. Chris Schilling with Turbo Realty. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much.